Is your graphics card running super slow? Is it pumping out crazy amounts of heat and not the clocks it was used to? In today's video, we're, we're going to be showing you how to repaste a graphics card. This one here is a GTX 1080 that I got off of eBay for 130 bucks. And yeah, I haven't tested it yet because the computer that this will be going into, all the parts are not here yet, but we are going to carefully go ahead and remove the shroud and heatsink here and go ahead and put some brand new thermal paste on this guy here. It's a gigabyte card, as you can see. I just have some Noctua stuff here because that's what I have on hand, and surely if it's Noctua, then it'll be fine, right? Okay, so we're just gonna go around. So we have 4 main screws here. Okay, and typically what I like to do, even though it probably doesn't matter, well, it matters for these 4, but the other ones, probably not. But I like to do, even when unscrewing, I like to do start pattern, just an attempt to keep a torque down on these things, right? Now let's see if that's enough. No. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, we need to do these other 3 as well. And this is a very common thing to do, repaste your graphics card, and really it is something you should do if your graphics card is older than, say, 5 years or so. Because thermal paste does not last forever. Thermal paste can and will dry out, and then it'll become less effective. And just kind of keep on working it slowly. So after working it back and forth a little bit, eventually it will pop off, as we can see here. Go ahead and very gently, do your best to be gentle with it, pull out the fan header. So now at this point you want to grab the card, and notice that some of these pads are broken up. For the most part, that's okay. Is it a good idea to swap out those thermal pads? Yes, but it's not mandatory. So go ahead and grab something to blow off the card with. Try not to lose any of your thermal pads in the process. And woo! One moment. Okay, so now the next step here is to clean off our thermal grease. So, take an alcohol pad or a Q-tip with alcohol on it, isopropyl, and then just go ahead and wipe it off, wipe it clean. Try to get all that gunk off. Alright, now what we're going to do, now that you have your chip cleaned off, as well as your heat sink, we're going to take our thermal grease, thermal paste, call it, and you just want to put right around that much. This is the bare die, and we want to make sure the bare die is fully covered, so I'm going to put a little bit more. Good. It's not pretty, but it'll definitely do. Now we're going to take our heat sink here. We're going to plug it back in first of all. Okay, and then I'm going to very gently, carefully line it up with the holes. Then we're going to bring it down here. Grab our screwdriver, and these have springs and limiting bits on the hardware already, so all we're going to do is just get them started. Make sure they're all biting in. If it feels wrong the first time, back it out, do it again. Now, go around all of them, tighten them down in the star pattern, as we had talked about. Okay, go ahead and do the other three, so those thermal pads have their pressure to do their thing, and just start with the one in the middle, tighten it all the way down. And this is roughly the same process on a lot of graphics cards. And if you run into any stability, or instability rather, it's probably a decent bet to buy new thermal pads and replace those as well. See if that fixes it, as well as check your thermal paste application. But yeah, there we go. A cleaned up, repasted GTX 1080. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.